right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Hang tight. Hang tight. Just getting the job reports right now.
Much better than expected. 467,000. 467,000 multiples of what we were expecting. And if we look at private payrolls, 444,000. Manufacturing up 13,000. The unemployment rate up to 4%. So it did move up 1/10 from 3.9 to 4%. Month over month, average hourly earnings, a whopping 7/10. Year over year, 5.7. Big numbers. Average work week, 34.5. That drew down a bit. That somewhat made sense. And maybe the best news of all, the labor force participation rate, which has been stuck at 61.9. Remember, it was well over 63 pre-COVID. 62.2. It popped 3/10. That is a nice pop in the underemployment, or the U6, 7.1%. It dropped to
All right, guys.
1.3. Let's go over a couple.
So job numbers came in pretty strong. I'm going to get this guy out. Let's talk here. Let's get that.
Include people on unpaid sick
Let me
leave.
get this
So
guy.
how ironic that actually moved up a 10 when we're worried about people.
All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. This is Angel. Welcome to Beyond Charts Morning Brew. Good morning. Good morning. And we have TNX going up. That's not good. All right. Boom. All right. So what does this translate to? February 4th, 2022. All right, guys. Hope you guys doing well. Who's out there? Who's out there? Give me a good morning. I see 7 guys out there, 7 people out there, 7 women, girls, guys, whatever. Good morning. All right. Hope you guys caught some moves yesterday. We called them. Again, I just want to point out a couple of things here, guys. When we go into the trades, trading is about sitting on your hands. You don't need to be actively trading to me like you're doing something. It's just pick the stocks that you want, sit on your hands, wait for the setups, and then lock in those profits. Yesterday was an amazing day. If you did that, you can probably did very well. I know a lot of you guys did. James Grady, what's up? Good morning to you, birthday boy. Hope you had a great birthday, boy. What's up, Skates? What's up, Skates? Good morning. All right, so let's get into this job numbers. All right, so job numbers, if they were strong, I think that could signal to the Fed that they might raise interest rates. That's not a good thing with the market. So ultimately, it's not what I think. That was my opinion. But let's see what the market's thinking right now. The market is right now at 44.77. So we're down about 2.4%. It hasn't really changed much since that news came out. Okay, so again, all right, it's climbing 2.75, 44.71. So it's all right. It's processing the information right now. So we're kind of like in there, but the jobs came pretty strong. Now they are skewed, okay, like everything else. So we're climbing $3. Okay, not really a direction here. Okay, let's dive into it. Let's go. All right, so gonna show back to the stream. Let's go into this. Now, as far as the job net futures are sitting at 44.72, Dow's down $112. NASDAQ is up. Okay, so we're processing here. Okay, crude oil. This is what's bringing down the XPX, guys. Crude oil is up. Oil being up is not going to be well. It's not going to do well. That's going to signal that, again, if oil is up, it's going to signal to the Fed that we have to raise interest rates. Everybody uses oil. So oil being up is not a good thing. The 10-year note is at 1.82. The VIX is climbing at 25.23. So fear's entering back into the marketplace. All right. As far as the news on Barron's, I mean, they talked about Facebook. I covered that. They talked about Amazon. Again, Omicron. Now, this is a joke, guys. I mean, they're also finicking the numbers on jobs. So I think that's what the market's processing right now, because they revised it. They changed some things here. Okay, meaning like if you're gone on vacation for a month or 2 months, I can't remember. There's too much to handle, but there's some skew going on to, be biased, just like CPI numbers. Okay, so there's a lot of beats yesterday, a lot of failures. Ford failed, and let's get into it. Let's just dive in. So ultimately, we're right there. I'm going to go into the charts. Let's go into here. If you have a ticker that you want me to look at Put it in right now because there's a slight delay. Put it in the comments. Let me know what you want me to look at, and then we'll dissect it. If you see something juicy, please share the wealth, and let's go into it. But right now, we're going to be looking at market environment, and we're going to be looking at TNX's crossing. Okay. Let's go into the overall markets. So yesterday, this is the SPX, NDX, and Russell. Again, these are the overall markets. We're looking at the dailies. And yesterday, like I said, we put this Fibonacci's from the top, from all-time highs to the bottom. It came up. Look how it couldn't break above the 61st retracement. Okay, 45.92 is pretty hard, meaning that more than likely, if we were to go above that level, then this bearish swing would come to the end. I'll cover that more in detail this Sunday's class, how you can utilize those. But again, it's just there to show you, and we bounced down from that. Now, momentum, is kind of was lingering. We are below zero, so this is bear territory right here. When every time the MACDs are below zero, especially in the dailies, we become a little bit bearish. So again, hope you guys locked in those trades to yesterday to the downside. That was a great opportunity to the downside if you caught that on the dailies. On the NASDAQ, same type of thing. Again, couldn't break, barely broke the 200-day moving average, couldn't hold and broke down. And again, the same as Russell. Okay, so a couple of things we got to look at. Russell's a lot weaker than the rest of them. That's why we talked about IWM. If you were in those trades yesterday, those are paying really well. They all paid pretty well yesterday if you're in a day trade or if you're in a longer term trade. I hope you guys caught that. Now, on the XPX, couple of things we're going to be looking at is, and I did this on the XPX. Let's look at the VIX first. The VIX today is climbing. So let's look at the VIX. This is the hourly. Now, the VIX is a measurement of fear for those of you who are just starting. But basically, fear it died down, right? We hit that 20 part, and now fear is entering back into the marketplace. Key level to watch right here, which I got alerted this morning. Think about trading view. It alerts you in the middle of the night, but you hear it. I'm up at 4. I'm like, oh, what's going down? So great little system. It's the best alert system that I've had so far. But 25.90, let's see if it can get above that and get some momentum. That we're probably going to head a little lower, and the opportunities will probably be to the downside. MACD still working his way lower. Now, if by chance this thing reverses and goes back down to this 23 level, then we're probably going to go a little higher. If we're going to really rip, like rocket rip, then we're probably going to go below 22.30. Definitely below 2050, then you know that the market has reversed. But don't think that's going to happen, but anything is possible. Those are the levels. Now, the reason why I say it's not possible, because look at this. The 10-year note it's climbing higher. Remember yesterday I told you it's okay. The market was getting okay in this range, but the 10-year note is climbing at 1.874 because that's signaling that interest rates are going to raise. Remember, Bank of England came out They came out on Wednesday or Thursday, and they said they're going to raise it to 25 basis point, now to 50, right? And talks about raising another quarter. So, and all of them are in agreement. So it's not like one is opposed to that. Like, again, the committee on that Bank of England committee, they'll vote it for interest rates hike. So that's happening. It's just a matter of how much. So 50 basis points on the table. There's a few of them now trying to convince the rest of them to 0.75. So that is happening, guys. That is happening, right? So just keep that in mind, and that could signal to our Fed, right, that they're probably, with especially oil up, that 50 basis point is on the table. And according to this report, the job numbers came out strong. All right, that is not going to fare well for equities. Okay, so just letting you know, and that's where we're probably going to see a reaction in the market. So again, that's just what's out there, and let's dive into it. Now, as far as the XPX, the trades, I remember all week I said we didn't have an entry on our trading system for my students out there, for the guys joining the class. And basically, yesterday we had an entry at the open, right? So right there, came back, at the 50 is where we like to take our trade. This is the highest probability trade. You just want to make sure you're on the right side of the wave, and the wave was down. If you caught that, man, congratulations. That was a beautiful trade, and the levels are there. So now remember, oil price always likes to come back to the 50. And again, it's coming back to that 50-day moving average. So pay close attention here, because if we break down that 44.55, then more than likely we're probably going to start working our way lower. Okay, if the MACDs here break zero, these two lines, they start breaking zero, then this is going to break 50, and then we're going to be looking at trades to the downside. So, all right. So now, as far as today, right, this is the trade. We expect the XPX is either going to do one, two things on the 15-minute time frame. Right now, the market is, let's see where it's at. We are now at 44.62 on the future. So that's going to put us at 44.72 ballpark. So we're going to open right below where we closed yesterday, right? 44, right in there. We're going to open up right there. So now two things can happen here. If momentum starts selling off, we could have an exhaustion sell, and we're probably going to head to that 44.51 area, right? That's probably the area that we're going to go. Now, remember when we talked about class this past Sunday, I said we're going to have two, right? This kind of two. This could be the second wind. It might happen, or it's going to reverse and head back towards that 50-day moving average. There's a couple of headwinds on top. 45.20 is a little one, and watch for the 50-day moving average to come back. Now, when it comes back, remember, is it going to come back to the 50? Then that's pretty bullish and aggressive. Or is it going to linger, and let the 50-day come back to it? So those are a couple of options that could happen. Now, anything is possible. For us to be bullish today, it has to get up about 45, 43. Remember, look at the boxes. This is Nicholas Darvis' classic theory, right? Nicholas Darvis, look, you should be bullish when the boxes are climbing higher. Now, yes, they signal what? That the box, it was the first day that we had a lower box, or a lower range, should I say, than the previous day. So now everything will change if we get above 45, 44. If we're super bullish, 45.93 is bullish. Okay, but right now, not until we take those things out. So again, it's not about my opinion. It's just strictly price action and an order flow. All right, so let's see what happens today, but the opportunities could be to the downside. Watch the price action at the open. It's either going to go or sell off. Next target will probably be around 45.56. As far as an entry, we're too late on the entry unless you want to scalp a little bit here if the MACDs goes your way. If you're going to do that, please use a smaller amount to trade. Okay, so we got that. All right, so we got that out of the way. As far as what's going down in the news, okay, so we got Bitcoin. Let me get this out the way. Bitcoin, it's funny, guys. Be careful out there. Everybody's a technical analyst on Bitcoin right now. Just so a guy talked about social media, and now he's telling everybody how to trade Bitcoin. Pretty funny. Look, everybody has an opinion on Bitcoin. I just study order flow. That's all I do. All right. Bitcoin has been declining. You know me. If you've been studying, we call this at the break of the 50. We're not in it yet. The MACDs are coming a little bit bullish. So meaning that momentum is shifting to the upside. We're not bullish yet because we're not above zero on the MACD. So what I mean by that these two lines haven't crossed above zero. And when they cross above zero, it's going to cross the 50. Right now, there's a couple of headwinds up there, 39,496. Let's say 39,500. Needs to break that. Now, I like the price action here. It's still going up. We got here, but it needs to break that. And there's some headwinds. There's a VWAP at 40,346 and a 50-day. There's headwinds. But once we break that, then you can start nibbling. Remember, it needs to reverse. So meaning it needs to come back down, reverse, and break these levels again. But there is a buyer. I'm telling you right now, there is a buyer at that 32,976. Right there, that is a buyer. Buyers are coming in right in this range. Can those buyers hold this up? Are these buyers enough to bring this thing up? Don't know who that is, but we'll find out shortly. Now, if Bitcoin goes up, you're going to look at MicroStrategy. Again, 391. This thing trades with Bitcoin. So if you want to make money, if this thing goes up, MicroStrategy will go up with it. So if you're looking for something, options, leaps, long dated options, whatever it is, this might be a play to play with Bitcoin if you can't afford the Bitcoin. Okay, so really simple. Now, Ethereum, again, same action as Bitcoin, working his way higher. Let's see what happens. There is a buyer right there at that 2171. That was a major pivot, and they've been buying it up until 2369. So 23 right there, that candlestick, that is a big moment. That's a moment. Let's see if that holds moving forward. That is a big pivot point. So let's see what happens here. All right, let's go into the stocks, the opportunity, and what to expect today. All right, guys, so a lot of big news here, and the way that you're going to translate today, Amazon, well, looking at Amazon did really, really well yesterday. I mean, it just ran up about 400 points. You know, the option was stupid expensive, like dumb expensive. So the real play on Amazon, if you're going to play that, and I'll discuss earnings plays on Sunday with you guys. There's no high probability trade. So any earnings play that you do is strictly going to be a lotto trade, right? So just breaking down the numbers, hunch feeling, and that's how you're going to make money during the earnings play. And it's basically money that you're ready to lose because it can go either way. You have a 50-50 chance to either it's going to strike gold or you're going to lose it. So that's pretty much any earnings you're going to do. So basically, let's look at the XPX and the X. So right now, everything, again, declined away from the 50. The Russell's a lot weaker than anything else here. So, all right. So now what we're looking at, let me just put a different banner here. We're looking at potential movers and things to watch. Okay. So right now, Russell, Google. Okay. So here's the thing about Google and the markets, right? Google is down now. It's opening at 29.69. Google should be at 3,000, right? They're not at 3,000. So this is telling me that, again, Google came out with pretty good numbers, 20-to-1 stock split, even though it's July, and they're not taking this up. Why, right? Again, why? So if they're not taking Google up after good earnings, then something's wrong. The market's not acting right, okay? And this is how we do it. So if on the open, Google doesn't open, if Google's not up by at least 29, it's not above the 50, it's not above 29.20, something's wrong, okay? And just be careful. Google's not acting right. Now, it is Google Fridays, so we're going to look at Google's. I'm going to break that down at the end to see maybe Google likes to move on Friday. Let's see if we can manage those trades. On Amazon, okay, so Amazon, I'm going to expect at the open, there's going to be a lot of profit takers here. Now, remember, there are people that bought the open at the close. They bought it at 27, it was at 27.98, 2800 at the close, right? So I believe the 2900 calls were like $10, $20, somewhere in there. 200 points out, they were like, no. 200 points out was like $10, $15. And the 100 points, it was ridiculous. It was crazy for a one-day option. So so imagine you're at 2,800, you bought the 3,000, it's at 3,100, you pay $10 for those 3,000 calls. Those are probably going to be, there's people going to be selling those right now at the open, okay, unless it bounces. So we're going to watch it. This will move. Let's see what happens. This might be a trade right there. Look at the MACDs. If profit takers come in and starts breaking down, then more than likely this is probably going to retest the lows of 27.77, maybe right there, 28.90. So again, watch it if this starts breaking down, okay? And again, that's a quick scalp, quick trade on Amazon. If this is real, Amazon's going to bounce and go higher. Now, here's a number about Amazon. There's a lot of news out there they don't know. They said, oh, Amazon did well on Rivian news. That's not 100% accurate. Not really. Have you seen Rivian stock? It's in the tanks, right? So that wasn't it. Why did it do well? Well, let's look at it when we broke it down. It's because there were ads. If you're on Amazon right now, they have started this thing, and I noticed it before. It's like YouTube. There are ads on YouTube where they have people like a YouTube channel, but strictly for their merchandise, and they're doing the same thing YouTube does. But strictly, these guys will go on their Amazon. They have their own viewing, and they basically will what's it called? Review the products that they're selling on Amazon and give their okay, thumbs up, and that's been taken off pretty well. So When you look at that, so that's now increased to a $32 billion business for them. So it's like their advertising, like YouTube. So that's a little bit bigger than YouTube, to be honest, and they're selling their product. So that's the reason why that Amazon did well. It's strictly on that. It's a new business model for them, and they're going to do very, very, very well. So as far as the other numbers, the AWS and all those numbers, those actually were down. We knew they had supply chain issues, but this is something that's innovative where Amazon saw an opportunity in this space, utilizing what they have. And now they just built a new business that's working out really well for them. So again, that's why Amazon did well, and that's why it's high. Okay, so those are the numbers. It was not Rivian. Rivian's not making money. So, again, the talking heads, people don't know, and people regurgitating what other people say without actually doing the research. But that's what the numbers are when you look at the numbers. Again, XPX is up because oil's up. What else? So Google, again, we talked about Google. All right, so we're going to talk about Tesla. So here's the thing with Tesla, guys. So Tesla came out with good earnings. Adam Jonas, he's one of the main analysts for Tesla, right? And so when he actually speaks, you should actually look him up, because when he speaks, he'll move Tesla. Okay, but Adam Jonas basically gave Tesla a huge, he said basically that the revenue for Tesla will be bigger. So the revenue for Tesla will be bigger than Ford and GM combined. That's what he said yesterday. And Tesla didn't move, right? So again, watch Tesla. Usually after earnings plays, usually Tesla will stay in a range until it's not. That's usually what I find in high volatile stocks after earnings play, if it hasn't moved. So I think it's going to be in a range, but again, it's not, it's pretty powerful. All this talk in Ford, GM, Ford numbers were not good, guys. Despite of all that, I gave a whole rant on Ford yesterday. You can look at that, and it actually came to be true. So ISRG working his way lower again. So Tesla, just watch it. Tesla, if it goes positive, maybe it can hold the market. So it's right there at 903. You can still trade it. 911 to get it better, and it could probably retest the highs of 936. On the bottom side, okay, you got 875. So how would you do this? And I talked about this in class, is basically, hey, if you're going to trade Tesla, if you're new, give yourself a lot of time. Okay, you don't want to be worried about being right or wrong, and it's a whole headspace. I don't even do I do lottos if I'm working with profits. That's the only way I look at it. If it's my own new money, buy yourself some time so you can get some profits. But basically, they're going to be a little bit more. So on your screen today, you're going to be looking at the 940 calls, and you're going to be looking at the 870 puts or the 880 puts. Anything in that area, or maybe a little longer if they're a little bit more expensive. Now, if you're buying longer term options, like a month, 2 months out, those are going to be expensive. You can go further out on those, not too far out, but remember that you have to play the move. So it's not about thinking, oh my God, I have a week. No. So if your $4 option turns to 5 to 6 to 7, guys, you made some money, right? And you bought that option because you couldn't afford the options that were a little bit more, they were expensive. So that's why you got that option. So remember, that's a way you can build your account. All right. CMG. I like CMG a lot. CMG ran up. Watch CMG. It could move. So I'm watching 1471, either up or down. I think these guys, there is a buyer coming in here. I like CMG's movement. Let me see on CMG. Okay. So again, we have a down day. If CMG, it's right there, guys. We have one down day. Can it go up to about 1500? That's going to be a round number, and then it could probably go to 1520, or is it going to have an inside day? It can go either way. Watch the MACDs. If it's going to turn, then it probably can go back down to about 1440. So again, put your calls up and your puts down and get ready for the open. All right, so that's how we play that one. Okay, so now we have Lam Research. This is going lower. These guys did well in Goldman Sachs. Now watch Goldman. If Goldman goes red, then the XPX is going to tank. Okay, so watch that. Goldman's trying to work his way up here. Watch it at 361. Netflix, we call this one. This one's working his way lower. That was a trade that we set up yesterday. So I hope you guys took that one. But that was yesterday where I said there was weakness. It was probably going to go down to those levels. And there's another opportunity pre-market. And it looks it's probably going to work its way lower. So Netflix is one that is working its way lower. All right, Roku's going to follow Netflix. Just watch it. It trades in sync. NVIDIA, they're taking down NVIDIA. They're taking down the chips, guys. So that's a problem. If they take down the chips, then that's a problem. Okay, so watch NVIDIA. NVIDIA needs 243 and 246. We'll probably be looking at NVIDIA for a play. They have earnings next week. So if we can get some cheap options, let it drop, and I'll probably send an alert, or we'll probably set it up this Sunday, guys. Okay. What else we got? Mercado Libre. This is the Amazon of South America. Again, this thing moves. So again, we're going to watch Amazon. This will move with Amazon. Let's see. It's working its way lower to get better. 1069. Let's see what happens there. Let's see what what's happening. Now, Apple. Watch Apple. Apple breaks 170. It's going to take the market down with it. All right. I said this yesterday. Watch Apple. Apple's lost weakness. And yesterday it was right there. Remember, we trade below the 50. We saw weakness right there, and this was a trade on Apple. Well, this is not a trade. This is the morning trade that it started showing weakness. So we're breaking the 50. And right now, let's see if it happens. It needs to hold at 170. It needs to hold at 170, guys. Now, Shopify. Shopify could be a trade to the downside. I like this trade right here. This can probably maybe head down to about 810, 800. So if you're looking for a lotto trade, I'm probably going to set this up for maybe a lotto trade to the downside. I'm going to see it at the open, how it reacts. I'm going to be looking for that 800 puts on this. If I can get them cheap, then I'm probably going to trade that for a lotto. Remember, for lotto, it's going to be strictly just money and it's a lotto. Money, I'm going to be working with profits. But watch it right there. We're pretty close. It can reverse, but we're pretty close to that 50-day moving average. All right. Trade desk. Again, advertisement sales affecting, and I'm going to talk about Facebook, like I said, at the end. Again, trade desk working his way lower. That advertisement sale killed Facebook. All right. So it's killing these guys too. I don't think, can they recover? Again, the privacy issues of iOS. We know Google can, we know Amazon can, but these guys' revenue is based on tracking you on your iPhone. And now there's tracking blockages for that, enable them to do that. So now can they get around that? Now, Affirm, I talked about Affirm. I gave you that. If you want to know about Affirm, look at the morning brew from yesterday. I talked about it at length. Not a big fan, and I'm going to be shorting this on a longer time frame. So if you're looking for a trade for today, this is probably going to work its way lower. Again, Amazon's numbers were okay, right? But Affirm is a layaway plan. So again, biggest clients, Peloton, not looking too good for Affirm, and Upstart looking pretty bad, especially with high interest rates. Are people going to be buying stuff? Don't know. HubSpot working its way higher. Let's see what happens there. I'm looking for, so let's go a little faster because I know it's 8:58. I want to see for now. Zoom, we called that one. Can Zoom continue its downward trend, or is it going to base Zoom to go further down? 137 for the downside. Watch that. 137 high side, 143 to get it better, and 146 high side. Bookings working its way lower. Okay, just kind of an inside day. Watch it. ServiceNow, don't like it. Coinbase. Now, here's the thing about Coinbase. Coinbase is going to have strict competition moving forward. Their trading rates, like to pay its commissions, are stupid high. So at some moment, that's going to come into the play, and they're going to have to compete, right? Right now, they're the main people. But again, with Bitcoin down, I don't think that many people are going to be trading on Coinbase. And if the banks get into this space, the brokerages get into this space, that's going to put a lot of competition on Coinbase. So watch Coinbase. We need to hear some news from Coinbase as far as like any innovation and NFTs. I know they talked about that, but is that platform ready? Don't know. So watch that one. All right, let's talk about Facebook. Now, Facebook, guys, so here's the thing about Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg is coming out trying to save his little company here. So don't believe the hype on Facebook, guys. All right, so they literally lost, $1 billion ad revenue business here. Okay, and I talked to a friend here. So, okay, and they're saying they're going to do, what did they say? They're going to redo their business. They're going to redo it. I mean, guys, they lost their revenue. They lost it. Okay, so I saw some ad about Facebook. But let me ask you, for them to redo their business, their $1 billion business, it's not going to take a quarter. It's not going to take a year. It's going to take more than that. It's going to take them at least 3 to 5 years to build a $1 billion business that they lost, or revenue they lost. So again, I think Facebook can go lower. I think As far as Facebook, all that ad revenue, their competition, it's not, money's going to go back into Amazon, Google, to the people that are actually making money. Facebook, don't know. And the metaverse, is that really going to help it? I mean, and is the metaverse ready? You might as well go with Roblox, as I said yesterday. So once again, just be careful with Facebook. I don't think that they're going to turn things around in a quarter, right? So this is a way that you can look at earnings too. When you look at your earnings report and the ones that did bad, just say, okay, can they fix it? And if the question is no, then again, Facebook has a big problem on their hands. The metaverse is not ready. And this is why last quarter they kind of threw a little, it's like a card trick. They missed, they guided down. They said their ad revenues, the iOS issue. They haven't said that there's a workaround it because they don't have one. If they did, they would have said it, but they didn't, right? That's big news. So, but think about it. And then they threw metaverse at you with this Zuckerberg or Fuckerberg guy on some like Black Mirror thing. And people say, oh my God, this is great. This is amazing, right? But it was not even ready. And are you really going to put Oculus on your head to go with a guy that he's got a bad reputation? People don't, he's not a likable guy. So again, if it's yes or no, it's up to you. That's just my opinion. But Facebook is going to go lower, guys. So if you're in Facebook, I don't think, that's my opinion on that. And are they, real simple numbers, are they going to replace the revenue that they lost? How and by when? So question is how and by when? And if it's 2 to 3 years, then there's other investments out there. So people are going to be getting out. Facebook, it's not going to get out all at once. It's not going to crash. Remember, it's going to go in waves. But I think you're going to start seeing an exodus in Facebook. Okay, there's my theory on Facebook. And I did that because a friend of mine texted me yesterday and said, what do you think about Facebook? All right, let's look at the numbers here. Let's look at Google Fridays. If you guys have anything, let me know. But Google yesterday. So Google, again, not up, actually lower. Okay, that's a problem. But we're at the 50-day on the dailies. On the 15-minute time frame, again, the entry was yesterday. So again, yes, James, I was trading some other thing. I traded this on a 1 minute. But yesterday, James reached out to me and said, hey, is this? I said, yeah. I was looking at it. I said, no. And then I was like, oh my God, yes. So this is the trade yesterday. That was perfect textbook trade on Google to the downside. Again, there was one overnight. It's too far away right now. But let's see if we can take that trade. So again, let's see if you have time. And this will probably be at the open. Okay, we're too far away here. This is the 1 minute time frame. Too far away. I don't like it. It's probably going to reverse at some moment. I would like it to come back. Same process here. I would like it to come back to the 50. And we'll see. You need the lines to cross above here. But it's probably going to go back to the 50-day moving average around 28.90. Let's see where this thing lasts. 28.80. Or is it going to tank? We'll see. All right, so watch Google. I'll be watching it for a trade there at the open. Let's see what happens. But it's going lower. Still going lower on the 15-minute time frame. Where can Google go? Man. All right, there's some support right there. 2850, 2800 on Google. Okay, 2800 on Google. All right, let's look at Amazon for a trade. So Amazon, we know that they're probably going to take some profit takers here. This is a 1 minute chart. Don't like it there. It might rally here. Okay, it might rally. Let's see. It's kind of going sideways. If it rallies, and anything's going to change in the next 30 minutes. Let's see what happens there. If it comes to the 50-day and you see the same setups in the MACDs crawling up or down, that might be a potential trade. And it can either go to the highs of 31.24, 31.30, or it can come back down to 30.66, 30.64. Okay, so on the 50-minute time frame, it's right there. It's right there. It's right there. Let's see what happens. It's either going to bounce higher. You got 31.31, 31.42, and can it retest those highs of 3,300? If that's the case, then that's a really strong case for Amazon. They're buying the market. However, if the market declines, it's probably going to go back down to about 29.23, 27.68. Okay, so we're going to watch. It's going to move a lot. Going next. All right, guys, anything else? Let's look at the spiders. Let's see where we got there. The 4 a.m. on the E-minis, guys, it's 45.11. 45.11. I don't know. TradingView doesn't give you the 4 a.m. hour. Or this. On Spiders? Oh, I guess it does. I guess I pay for it. 4 a.m. Is that 4? No, it's 7. They don't give you the 4 a.m. Yeah, they don't give it to you. So, again, Spiders. Not looking at the women. Spiders. Doesn't move. Let's look at the hourlies. All right. So, Spiders working his way lower, right? Let's see what happens. To regain some confidence, needs above $448. 448, right? 448. All right. Still far away. Let's see what happens there. MACD's on the hourlies, bearish right now. So it looks like it probably can go work lower. So again, can it come back up, retest, and then come back down? And that's we're going to set those up. If you're looking at the QQQs, look at QQQs. QQQs too far away. On the 15-minute time frame, the move was pre-market. Okay, pre-market. Second wind, too far away. Okay, IWM. Again, and the setups might come during the day, so just chill, wait. IDM a little stronger. This is much weaker, right? So IWM coming to the end here, right? Still going here, but this is the level you're watching, 194.50. Let's see if it rallies. If it rallies there, let me see where the futures are at. Futures are still 44.53. Okay, so we declined. The market's now taking this positive. Oil is up. 10-year is up. VIX is up. We could decline into this number. We could decline. Let's see what happens at the open. If we're looking at the XPX, we're going to open up right in there at the 50-day, guys. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. That might be an opportunity. Just buy yourself some time. We'll like this thing to set up a little bit better, but let's see. Let's see. 4 a.m. ES was 45.07. Thanks, James. Let me see. 45.07. Can someone check on Spiders? I can't run TOS on this computer because there's too many things happening, and TOS takes a lot of juice. Somebody check the Spiders if you have TOS up on the 4 a.m. hour. I want to give that one. I can't get it on TradingView, but it's probably going to be 450, probably right in there. Again, all right. 4 a.m. Thank you. All right. All right, guys. That's all we got right now. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. Apologies for not going on TradingView. Unfortunately, I was in a couple of trades setting up for lunch hour. Sometimes it's very difficult to get on. I'll do my best to get on today. Thank you, James. So 40, okay, and the 4 a.m. So this is what you'll be looking at. Remember, the 4 a.m. hour is a pretty significant. Thank you, James. So 450.19 is the 4 a.m. hour for SPY. Remember, if we can get above that, then we're probably going to be bullish for the day. But if we don't break above that, that's going to be pretty difficult to get above that, if we just let you know. So don't think bullish until we can break above that level. All right, guys. Go out there, go get it. Stay green, guys. And once again, guys, I know a lot of you guys are new here. If you're new, I also do a class. This is for free. You guys can take it. I just got an alert. If you guys want to know my trading system, I do have a Patreon page. There's a technological momentum trade. We get together on Sundays for about 2 hours, dissecting these trades, money management, market psychology, knowing the system, sitting on your hands, and creating profits in your account. And again, just really about having a Zen approach and knowing exactly what to do, right? So that's what it is right there. Let me see. And it's right. It's actually right. Let me add it to the stream. It's right there, guys. So again, it's on Patreon. The link is in the description. If you're interested in that, there it goes right there. If not, guys, go out there, stay green, go get it. And I'll see you guys at lunch, maybe on TradingView. All right, guys. And if not, guys, have an amazing weekend. It's been a wonderful week so far. Remember, only trade with profits if you're profitable. It's all about your P&L report. Remember, don't overtrade. It's not about that. Just trade your setup, okay? And then I'll see you guys on Sunday at 11 o'clock for my students. And get ready because it's gonna be a good one. All right, guys. Take care. God bless. And I'll see you guys on pretty soon. All right, take care. Bye.